One, two, three. Okay, I think the sound should be good. Stream is on the green, so looks like we are running. Sound check. Okay, this sounds good. Alright, well, welcome everybody. Hello. I hope you guys are feeling great and having a good weekend. LPCP plane spotting, muito boa tarde para ti também. Golden Age, what's up? Good to see you here, man. So you see your suggestion to take New Zealand actually won. So welcome everybody. We are doing a live stream with the BAE 146, just as requested. This was not supposed to be what we're going to be doing today, as I had something a little bit more, what's the word I should say? I don't want to say interesting, but definitely somewhat interesting. So something a little bit different. That doesn't mean that what we're going to be doing today is going to be boring. But yeah, anyways, I'm cooking something and that will be ready for the next weekend, so stay tuned. It's going to be cool. It's going to be on the BAE 146 as well, and I think it's one of the most interesting flights that they do. And also Tezzy, I think, is giving me some good route suggestions for the future time. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, today we are in New Zealand, beautiful country. We are in the Northern Island in Auckland. And we are going to be doing some regional stuff for Air New Zealand. They actually operated this BAE 146 300. Qantas actually, I think, as well, was here in New Zealand as they absorbed Ansett when they got... well, there was some problems with Ansett. I don't remember what exactly happened, but something happened. But yeah. We're going to be doing 2 flights today, maybe a third one, but I'm not so sure about it because, well, it will depend on the time that we'll get there or not. So we'll see. 2 flights. First one starting from Auckland all the way to Rotorua. It is a short flight. It's like 30 minutes, maybe even a little bit less. So lots of stuff to do on the cruise, which is good because basically will allow me to practice the airplane, which is exactly why I want to do this live stream. And then from Rotorua, we're going to fly to Wellington. Wellington is a little bit windy, so should be quite interesting to see how we get there and how the stuff is going to be good. Golden Age already joining in the sim. Good. So awesome. We're going to have another traffic coming with us. What airplane are going to be taking Golden Age? So that's really cool. And yeah, well. If you are watching this live stream and you are thinking about buying the BAE 146 from JustFlight, well, this I think could potentially be a good video for you to see how is the airplane, how it is in terms of texturing, in terms of work, in terms of sounds, in terms of system depth, and so on. And if you want to know like my opinion real quick, I'm going to tell you the following. It is an incomplete airplane, but for the price tag that you can get it on JustFlight, it is pretty good. So for the 35 euros that you pay for it, because also by the way, if you're looking to buy it, it costs 35 euros on the JustFlight store. If you use the X-Plane store, it's like 40 something. It's like almost plus 10. Which I guess makes sense because the store is not like direct from the developer, so that makes sense. But yeah, for the 35 euro, there is a lot of airplane here. But I would love to see they improving it more because I feel like it is lacking in the sound department. And it is lacking on some systems part. When I say systems part, it's not exactly like directly about the airplane. It's indirectly, let's say, like that. So, for instance, the EFB, they have the Microsoft version. The Microsoft version has some better stuff on the EFB. On the X-Plane, the EFB is a little bit, it's missing some of the stuff. Like you can't see the CG, you can't adjust the CG through the menu, you actually have to go through the X-Plane menu, and that's not really cool. So Then, like the cabin announcements on Microsoft One, you can actually click on the cabin call to make the announcements before departure if you complete the sequence correctly. On this one, it doesn't work. So, I mean, all right. Then the sounds. I mean, I don't know. I've never been near BAE 146, but I've searched for some videos, and I feel like even like if we just compare the version from Microsoft again, the cockpit sounds are very. It's like there's missing something. I don't know. Maybe some instrument sounds. Maybe I don't know. But there is something missing. The APU sound is very quiet as well. Maybe it's like that. I'm not so sure. It was called the Whisper Jet for a reason. But at the same time, I don't believe the APU can beat this quiet. So again, this is the version 1.0 and it costs 35 euros. If you want to get a BAE 146, yeah, sure, get it. But I feel like it is not complete yet. All right. Chazzy, Qantas assumed Ansett planes after the government left Ansett die because bad finances, and Air New Zealand owned the airline. Who assassinated the airline? Oh, rip. Golden Age, and I fly Ansett New Zealand. Haha, I'll join Rotorua. Sounds good, Golden Age. Floppo, hey man, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you. Tazzy, JustFlight's awesome, but the model is very much not up to scratch. The cockpit textures aren't anywhere near their level yet, alone with the sounds. Yep, see, that's another thing I wanted to say. Like, the texturing, I feel, is okay. But they definitely didn't enable the option to have the cabin textures in high res, no matter the setting that you have on your computer. So that like really helps because you can have your settings on medium and everything around you is on medium, but there's an option for airplanes, at least I heard that it can be done, that the textures for the airplane are still forced to be loaded in high res, which is really cool. They didn't do that, so if you would be running on medium like I was before, that would look kinda eh. On a high, it looks good. I guess if I put it to maximum, it's gonna be even better. So, I mean, I can eat the textures. The textures for me are not that important. But the sounds, I feel like the sounds are really good. Not really good, but really important. And as well, the EFB is really important just to get that CG right. Because if you just load the weight, you could be having a really bad out of CG situation, and that will basically make you have a big pain controlling the airplane. So that's gonna be it. Golden Age, I fly the BAE 146 as well. Oh, good. I'm just sad that we don't have a model for VATSIM to use, so I won't be seeing you as a BAE 146. Anyways, Daifuku, hi Vlad, is Gimbalino a good first airliner? Depends on the degree of challenge that you want. Probably not. To be honest, probably not. Tezin, Microsoft One is such a significant improvement over the Excellent version as someone who knows the Microsoft One. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it costs, what, 60 euros? 64, so it's like 30 euros more. And honestly, I wouldn't mind adding the extra 30 or the extra 20, whatever, for an update for this one to become even better, because it's just such a nice little plane. I am honestly surprised because I've heard of this airplane, I've seen people fly it, I never really thought about it, but then like the price was 35, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it, it's 35 euros, it's gonna be fine. And it was really, really good. So now I just love them to improve the airplane completely. Just, hi, it looks good. It does indeed. Syncrash Flyer, emojis, hello. Yep, that's another thing I wanted to say. We've got new emojis if you are a crew member of the channel. You have access to new emojis. Namely, I've updated the soft landing one. The hard landing one now has an oof. RIP FPS, which by the way looks really small, so I probably have to tune that out. And we've got the Foxy, because the Foxy of the Piper Fox, I just thought that'd be the emoji of the channel, so I really like it. Anyways, let's get inside. Let me actually spawn here near the airplane. I mean, it's decent. It looks really good from this point here, and I don't know, the door animation, all that stuff is really cool. but sometimes in some places you feel like it could be a tad better. Anyway, let's get inside. Let's start preparing the airplane. Wait, am I not in the... Oh, the cockpit didn't load yet. There we go. Now it's loaded. I was thinking that the cockpit was looking a little bit weird. Okay, so as usual, when the airplane is parked, we want to check a couple of things. First thing first is that the parking brake is set, which it is. I feel like it is, but it's not holding any pressure. So that's very important, and that's because I actually moved the airplane, set the parking brake again, but because it's not powered up, the hydraulics, it is not with the parking brake even though it is set, so I can just pull it down and it makes absolutely no difference. If I would remove the chocks now, the airplane would just start to roll. Also, another thing that you might have noticed, we had like gray screens on the FMS, and I had to come here to plugins and TDS GTN XI, and I had to disconnect it because otherwise it will be a really weird pop-up and you would not be able to see the FMS. Other than that, the engines are shut and locked, flaps and slats are retracted, the position is correct. Never mind, we don't have slats on this one, we only have flapped. Speed brake is retracted, so that's good, and the screen wipers are off, which is really, really nice. Okay, so because we are in Auckland, I think it would make total sense to just call the GPU, so we could have a little bit of external power. And this way I'm just gonna go battery 1, battery 2. Power up the airplane. Sometimes you need to click more than one time. Now I'm just gonna put the nav lights to high, no smoking to on, arm the emergency lights to on, and then I'm gonna come here to bus tie DC autos, inverters to on, and external power to on, which is already connected, so that's great. Now, arm this thing, and I will start checking the rest of the cabin. So this one is the fuel pumps. I'll leave them off for now. If you want to turn the APU, you don't need to turn them on, but it is recommended to switch the left inner fuel pump just in case, just for redundancy, you know. Alright, this is all fine, this is all fine. Let's go up here. This is off. DC pump, I'll check it to battery. I mean, it's already powered, so that's fine, it's already good. AC pump 1, I'm gonna check the pressure. Now that we do have pressure, you can see here the parking brake is actually pressurized. So let's say I put the parking brake down, you see that the needles went down, and I put it again and it goes up. And now even if I switch the pump off and the pressure will drop, we would still have brake pressure applied. So now again, let's say I remove the parking brake, the pressure goes away, but we lost the hydraulic pressure. I put the parking brake on. Still has, probably because of the accumulator. Yeah, see? That's probably the accumulator, so every time I put the parking brake, it goes lower and lower and lower. This is actually impressive for an airplane that costs 35 euros. I am really impressed for that. Alright, we're gonna check that. Check the PTU as well works. And sorry for the ambulance. There was an ambulance going by. PTU is checked. That is off. I'm going to put the brake fans to auto. Anti-skid on. This is going to go to on both sides. Yaw damper master on. Autopilot master. Avionics master to on. And now I'm going to check this side here. This is all good. This is all good as well. This is... Oh, ice detect is going to come on. Remember to remove the guard because this one has to be engaged. I'm gonna leave those off for now, and we will be flying like at 14,000 feet today, so 1214 is right here. At least it's the first cruising altitude. Sounds good to me. Engine air off, APU air not required. I'm gonna put this to both loops, recirculate the cabin air, and put this to auto or to the medium. Fan DAX on, auto. The rest is all good, and we also can check all of these tests, they actually work. And we even get the warning, so that's pretty cool. Engine fire. APU fire, APU over speed. So this is some pretty cool. This one scared me a couple of times, so don't get scared now. Yeah, it's pretty aggressive. Like, all of this stuff works, which is really cool. By the way, high-speed warnings on the cruise if you don't retard your throttle, because there is no auto throttle. You will hear this. So all of this works, which is really cool. And now I'm going to put the FDs on. I'm going to engage here the radio, and I'm going to come here now and do the test of the MWS. It works, lights are on, wonderful. And we've got the auto warning. Nice. Now, because I'm going to be using on GPS, I'm going to push this to GPS already. I'm going to engage the TMS. Before I forget, I'm going to set this to sync to N1 and make the self-test, so let it run the self-test. Coming down here, switch the radios on, and then even lower here, I'm going to engage the yacht damper on already, set this to transponding, set the squawk to 2000, and now I'm going to go to ATC, and I'm going to set our call sign, which is going to be, oh, never mind. Let me just redo it again. Alpha, November. This looks like one of those old phones you guys know. I still use these. Where's Zulu? ANZ 311. It's going to be our call sign, so that's set. And now I can put this back to the transponder. This looks good. Set the brake temperature, test it, it works. So put it on, leave it there. Okay, very nice. We've completed most of the stuff. The oxygen mask doesn't work, unfortunately. And the fire extinguisher, is the fire extinguisher? Yes, it is. It has no pressure indicator, so that's fine. As a soundscape is the top two most important for me because it brings me into the airplane and gets me addicted, sort of like the 777. Yep, I absolutely agree. Daifuku, this is Vlad's Max, analog without the flight engineer panel. Yes! This is like the perfect thing for me. I really like this layout. It's like 737-200. I'm really looking forward to it. This is perfect because for single pilot, this is just enough work. Just have tried the Microsoft one. How are the physics? I haven't. I don't have the Microsoft one. I was just watching videos, so absolutely no idea. But on this one, I really like how the plane flies. I think it's really good. It has its sync crash. LPCP plane spotting, olá outra vez, fui lanchar, bom lanche e olá novamente. The exterior looks really good, cockpit's very flat and outdated texture-wise. Yeah, it could get some work. I think one of the problems though is like these jagged shadows. If they go away, if I tune in my settings again, I'm just tired of tuning those 10 times. They actually are pretty fine. JustFlight 97. That plane wastes fuel like my Concorde. Oh yeah, this does. I mean, I think it could be worse, but it's basically a 320 Neo. No, yeah, kind of sort of like an Embraer, you know, which is actually not that bad for the amount of passenger that it carries, so pretty fine. Ahatamur, hey, welcome to live stream, man. How are you? Great to see you here. Chazzy, I'm in bed. I'm about to go into a coma, just judging Vlad to see his startup process. Okay. That cockpit is nice. It does not look like an iPad cabinet. Daifuku, yes it does. It's pretty good. Chazzy, over speed warning, west warning. True. Also, fan brakes cannot go on until you are away from the ramp. The carbon ceramics are cancer causing. Interesting, but if they are on auto, they should not work. Unless you really need them, so I think the procedure tells me to do that. I found some really cool checklist for the BAE, so let's do the flight deck safety, which we checked most of the stuff, so I guess I can just jump to the pre-flight if there's any. No, this is the FMS. Before start, wait, let me see. because I saw the video of JustFlight, and I'm pretty sure they put the brake fans on to auto, but I might be wrong. I might be actually wrong. I'm still not very good with this airplane. Before start. Starting. Oops, wrong button. After start, brake fans. Okay, you are right. Let's put them to off. Fine. Tezzy, don't turn them on auto until away from ramp. Mind you, you have guys running up to you, pull off your chocks. Yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense. Okay, let's go into the box and start loading. Guys, this is a normal box like any other. The only thing I really suggest you is you have to go to the menu and you have to change the weight to kilos if you want to use kilos, because it always by default loads as in pounds. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Alright, nav date to base looking good. Position in it. November Zulu AA, Alpha Alpha. GPS position's already set, so it has a really fast align time. November Zulu Alpha Alpha, and we are gonna fly to November Zulu. Romeo something. Romeo Oscar, I think. Yeah, Romeo Oscar. November Zulu Alpha Alpha 311. Activate, execute departure, so I expect to depart from runway. It is 05 right via the Police 2 Quebec or Police 3 Quebec, so the charts are outdated for some reason on the AIP. Interesting. To Tulme. Execute, route, next page. It is a very short flight, as I told you. We're gonna go Hotel 372, Hotel 372 to Esker. And then I'm gonna go arrival. We're gonna go for the RNP 36. RNAV. This is the Yankee. I'm gonna go for the Yankee. 36 Yankee, and the arrival is going to be Lannan to Bravo via Esker, execute, back to route, and that sounds good to me. Now, we need to load the airplane. And to load the airplane, we have to have 4 tons of fuel, so that's going to be roughly 2 tons on each side. Let's do like that. And then on this side, like that. So now the refueling is complete. I can put the fuel pumps on and the seatbelt sign on. And now we're gonna have to set the payload. So the payload is 8.7 tons, but we are looking for a takeoff weight, or actually for a zero fuel weight of 33,400 roughly. So let's add a bunch of cargo, because cargo matters. On the aft as well. And let's add passengers now. Oh, and by the way, this is a cool thing. You can start hearing passengers when you start loading stuff. Which is, I mean, okay. So 33,400, that's what we want. Like that, 74 passengers. Not bad. That's loaded. So let's come here. Gross weight in it. Now our reserves is gonna be 2 roughly. Cruise altitude 140, as I already told you guys. Cost index, I'm just gonna put 5. Takeoff, we're gonna go flaps 18. And trim 6 units. Now, if I put 6 units, actually, I will get a config warning. So I'm not gonna go 6 units, but I'm gonna go 4.5. That doesn't give me a config warning. Speeds 24, 26, and 32. That sounds wonderful. Now we can set debugs by clicking on this card, and it will set the bugs, and it will set the EPR as well. If I switch this on and set this to takeoff, and let's do a derate. You know what? I found a really nice Excel document for the BAE 146 that basically allows you to set a flex temperature to calculate what N1 should you go. So that is really cool. Let me show you. Just find it. Should have opened it before. So this is the Excel. Basically, you can select the airplane. In this case, it's the 300. The field altitude is literally 0. The temperature we can see right here, it is like 17. We're gonna go engine anti-ice off. The QNH, let's see what QNH it is there. 1023. So, oh god. 1023. Our takeoff weight is gonna be roughly 37.4. So let's go 37.4. And now, if we set the actual temperature on the outside, which was 17, it should give us the same N1 that's here. Although for some because yeah, I'm setting 17, so it's the same. 93, 93. So now if I increase the temperature, let's put like 40. I had to mess this up. We get the flex N1 that's set, it's green, so we can take it, and we get a takeoff distance calculation, which is really cool. I just now thought that maybe this is too small of a table for you guys to see it properly, so now you can see it properly. And because of that, if I go here and set 40 degrees, 85, it is a little bit different, but still. We're gonna go for 89 takeoff power. This is gonna be our flex. Pretty decent. Alright, that said, I'm gonna close this because we don't need to have that switched on. And because there is nobody around, I'm gonna just put 14,000 on the altitude. Altitude armed. Never mind. It's not powered yet, so I'm gonna wait for that. Now heading 050 initial. That's set. 14,000 set. Courses are not required. Other than that, everything is good. Let's set our QNH 1023, 1023, and 1023. Wait, can I click on it? Oh, if I click on it, it goes to the current. Oh. No, wait. That's standard. Okay, never mind. And why did the other one go to 1023? Ah, no. It did to 1013. Never mind. At least it helps when you set the standard. Okay, so altimeters are all set, reading the same, which is good. Wonderful. And that's all good. So let's start closing doors. One very important thing is we disengaged the hydraulics, and if I go now to close the stairs, they will not close, but they will open, which is very fun because you actually need hydraulics to close the stairs. And also before that, let me just start the APU. Start the hydraulics. Now we're gonna get the power, there it goes, and now I can close the stairs. Parking brake is set, yes it is. I will remove the chocks, clear all ground equipment, and call better pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Probably this way here. Set.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Alright, APU is really fast to switch, so APU bleed on, pack 1 on, and APU gen on, external power off. You can remove the external power, close the PAX door, close the cockpit door. And now, which is gonna give me 2 minutes because I of course forgot to pre-file this on VATSIM as usual. I mean, there's nobody around, but still. I just need to change one waypoint here. Ask her. File the flight plan. Flight plan is filed. And I think we should do a very quick
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
departure and arrival briefing. But before we actually jump to the arrival briefing, I just want to set something here. So RNP, I think we can get a pretty nice RNP. So let's do 1240, 1240. Will have to be NDA, so 1240 minimus. That sounds good. Syncrashfire, I want to sit by the window. You will. Tazzy, I'm off. Need some sleep. Enjoy your flight, mate. Thank you so much. And by the way, we're gonna talk later about the flights in Australia, because the pictures that you showed me with those BAE 140s landing on the dirt,
No connected and
we're gonna have to
flight
do
paths
that.
inserted. Release
So,
parking
good night,
brake.
man. Take some rest. We talk later. Alright, that's the minimus. Let's do the departure briefing, so just that we have a little bit of an idea. So we're flying the BAE 146-300 version, the biggest one, from Auckland to Rotorua. Very beautiful place near a big lake. No temps are fine. The weather is looking great, actually. We might get some clouds approaching Rotorua. There is no METAR there, so I'm just using windy and the satellite image as well to look for what's coming. By the way, guys, of course I'm not flying in real time because it's nighttime now and I want to enjoy a little bit of scenery. So, no real time right now. I would actually even move the time a little bit like that. And so, weather otherwise looks fantastic, as well as in Auckland. So I mean, it shows here light rain, but it doesn't show like there was any light rain. It looks a little bit damp, but other than that, fantastic. Okay, so radar terrain, we do kind of have it here, but it doesn't work, so I'm just going to skip that part. We are parked here on stand number 72. We're going to be... oh, we actually have to push back this way. I'll probably just reprogram the pushback in a minute. Or I'll just go through 73. I'll just go through 73. Yeah, I'll just go through 73. And then we go into... what is this? The long taxiway. Is that Delta? No. No, it's Bravo, so we go through Bravo, and then we turn left here on Mike, join Alpha, Alpha 10 to the holding point. There's plenty of runway, 3.2 kilometers essentially. For our little BA, it's gonna be totally fine. And we're gonna be taking off with flaps 18. And our departure is gonna be the Police 3 Quebec, which on this case I just have these charts. Straight ahead until Emmerich, then right hand turn to Palis. From Palis we fly to Tumley, climbing to 14,000 feet. Now the transition in New Zealand is, I think it's 13,000, I'm not so sure. But I think it's 13,000, I'll have to check that in a minute. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't see any constraints apart from the first one, which is kind of like, I mean, doesn't apply to us, which flies straight to Emmerich. At or above 5,000 max to 50 knots, so that's good. We're going to comply with that, no problem, because this airplane is quite slow, as you'll see. And radio nav's not required, no special considerations apart from the fact that I'm not very familiar with the airplane still, so we'll be paying attention to all of the stuff. And you guys will be paying attention to the stuff I do as well. As for in case of the abnormals, until 80 knots we stop for any malfunction, until V1 only for significant ones, in which case I'll call reject. Put the throttles to idle and apply maximum manual braking. Deploy the speed brakes manually as well. Call the reject. Stop on the runway. Advise the ATC access the situation. That's gonna be it. Otherwise, we just keep straight ahead, and then we do a right-hand turn, climbing to at least 1,500. Better would be to climb something like 3,000. Yeah, probably, yeah, climbing to like 3,000 feet for a return. That's gonna be basically it. We have 4 engines, so no big deal. No takeoff alternate, no overweight, no other considerations. That's the brief complete. And just because this is such a short flight, I'm gonna jump already to the arrival briefing. So what do we expect to get for the arrival briefing? I'm gonna be arriving via the Esker arrival. This is a GPS arrival, and it goes all the way to the initial approach fix, which is Tatra, down here. Maximum airspeed is going to be 200 knots and above 4,000 feet. And from Tatra we jump to the RNP Yankee runway 36. Basically the Tatra gives us almost a straight in. We have a small turn there. Max 150 knots, Romeo Oscar 366. This one actually requires a special, oh, I'm missing the name, a special authorization. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Yeah, there's this RNAV GNSS Bravo. I think I actually would take this one because this one doesn't have any requirements, and we do have a small visual segment at the end. Let's actually take this one instead of the other one because this one has this little turn at the end, and I was thinking that this looks weird, the RNP requirement. This is an AR approach, but it doesn't show. Okay, fine. So I'll close this one, and we'll do this one instead. Basically all the same, all the way to Tantra, above 4,000. We start the descent at Igoba. We have to be at 2,800. This is the most important part, so we can be above all the others, but at Igoba we have to be at this altitude in order to go for the 3.1 degrees descent. All the way to the MDA, which makes total sense, and because it's circling, the MDA is slightly higher, 2240 on the MDA. So that's like 1,000 and something feet above the runway. I think it's gonna be fine, and from there we have to fly a small visual segment. Looks good to me. We're gonna be landing with flaps full because I want to practice. This is a practice stream again. For the main flight that I'll be doing. I'll be recording tomorrow, so you guys can see it next week. And then as we land... Oh, I thought I had the taxi. I thought I had the taxi chart open, but I didn't. We probably will have to backtrack and then onto Charlie over to any parking spot. Basically, it's not a big airport. We can take any of these 1, 2, 3, or 4 parking spots. Alright, that's both briefing complete, so we can now just come here to arrival and change to the VOR RNAV 36 Bravo. I ask her... God damn it, I messed it up. Let me do it again. Bravo, Esker, execute, done. Wonderful. So I'm going to leave this on the takeoff page. That is set to on. Let's do the before start checklist. So let's see. Before start checklist, safety exterior checks are complete. Brakes yellow and parking pressure and temp it is set. Thrust levers, fuel is off. Hydraulics are all off. They weren't, sorry. Fuel panels checked and set. Pressurization was set. Ice detect was on. Light and notices are all set apart from the beacon. Beacon light is going to come on. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Flight deck door is closed. Flow meter fuel, it's all showing 0. Fuel contents is checked. Should be like 4, so 2 and 2 is 4, correct. Nav aids and area nav set. I don't have any of that. Altimeters are set. MWS ground up. We reset that. TMS power tests. That was done. TMS in 1 speeds checked. TMS off. Taxi takeoff briefing is completed. So starting. APU gen exterior AC is on. Beacon is on. PAX and APU air off and off. Whoops. AC pump is gonna go on. Fuel pumps on, start power, and then I can do the rest of the stuff. So engine start at 20% N1. Alright, let's see. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Oh, there's a nice Delta A350. Holy cow. Let me just set, I think I didn't set 1228 here. So I can just monitor if there's anybody out there. And whoops. Brakes are released, you're clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And there we go. 1741 off block. 4 tons of fuel. Alright, we can now start, so I'm gonna move the start master to on. We're gonna start first number 3. And engines to start. Remove the lockers, and we'll be looking for the 20% N1. There it goes. Number 3. One thing I forgot to set was the target. I've noticed that... Whoa, what is going on? Better pushback, stop. This did not happen before. Of course it had to happen on the stream. Nice, we just made a show for everybody. Okay, because of that I'll just let the airplane like this. I checked better pushback, I think, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Okay, set the parking brake. I just want to make sure that we actually do have pressure in the wheels. I think we do have. Let's start number 4. There it goes, and let me just do something very quickly. Failures. I'm just gonna fix all systems just in case. That was fun. There's 20 on the N1. Introduce the fuel. A real easy startup sequence. Yeah, you see, like, there's basically no sound at all. Like, I don't like that. Okay, let's go number 2. Start. There's N2. There's N1. That was funny. 20%. Fuel on. And starter is off. We can actually go already. Start number 1. There goes into rotation and 1 following up. And there's 20%. Fuel on. Yeah, see, there's no sound. Outside is fine. Inside, I mean, sounds are very lacking. Anyway, that looks like a good start. So this one goes to off. Start master off. I'm gonna go with the gens, galley, gens, and pumps, PTU. This is gonna go to auto. Brake fans, auto. Heating elements on. This is all set. APU air is gonna come on. Pack 1 and 2 set. And that's gonna be it for now. I think that I haven't forgot about anything. Now, honestly, they usually tell me to keep the APU on for departure, but because this is such a big airport, I don't think we actually require it. So let's go APU air off, but engine bleeds on. And because of that, I'm gonna go APU gen off, or actually just leave that on, and APU off. Alright, very good. Flaps. Set on 18, trim is good. Check the flight controls, make sure that nothing is really blocking us. And TMS on, takeoff. Target is set, temperatures are set. 790 is 790 or 780, I now forgot. No, 770 or 790. 790, I'll see 790. Okay, so start is complete. After start, start power normal. Start selector, start master off. Engine NTIs is off. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we have to, for some reason, switch the engine NTIs on for the start. So off gens are on. Brake fans auto. Yeah, I did put them. Hydraulics on. Ice protection heaters are all on. APU packs not required. Engine air on. TMS on. Doors closed. Ground equipment removed. Transponder transponding. Taxi light is on. Before or after start is complete. As go brakes are released. Can confirm that. Helicopter. Yeah. Oh, Ekaterina, hello. Alright, checking the brake pressure. Brake pressure works. We can check it on the green side as well. And yeah, it looks like it is. I think I inadvertently pushed it. So let's go. Let's go. It's been 45 minutes. Time to go. And one funny thing, I'm not sure if this is realistic or not, but if I press hard on the brakes, actually it depletes hydraulic pressure and creates a caution for you. Not so sure that's realistic or not, but we are clear on the right. There's that big A350. I think he's pushing back. There's Bravo. Let's actually go all the way to Alpha. This way we get it nice and long straight. We are clear on both sides, so we can go. Auckland traffic here, New Zealand 311 is taxiing via Alpha to holding point Alpha 10, runway 05 right. Auckland traffic. Clear left, clear right. But I like this airplane. Again, for 35, pretty good. Let's engage LNAV. Let's engage... No, VNAV will not work. But I'll leave it like that for now. LNAV is going to be on, the rest is going to be off. Yacht Emperor is on already, so that's correct. Brake temperature is... What is going on with the brake temps? Is that because of our very interesting... That makes no sense. This is either a bug or it's because I messed up on the pushback. But brakes are good. I mean, the wheels look good. Synchronous Fly British Engineering. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. This one never really happened to me. Why is it kind of counting? Yeah, see? It's a bug. Of course I had to find the bug. Yeah, see, no, like, this is what you hear inside of the cabin. There's basically no sound. You can barely hear the engines, which is really unfortunate. I felt like I should have went there for Alpha, and I didn't. And now we're gonna have to turn here. No problem. Synchronous fire, that's because of better pushback. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's see if it resets on the air, maybe. But it's not braking, I mean... It is definitely not braking. We are clear on the left, clear on the right. Now there goes the 350 behind me. Wait, what? There's another heavy. Oh, there's a Mate 330, I feel like. Could have just gone for Alpha 9, but pay for full runway, use full runway. Is there a CTAF for Auckland? No. Interesting. Alright, let's do before takeoff. Brakes are tested, flaps are selected, TMS target bugs are all set. Flight instruments are checked. Flight director set. Trim takeoff is set. Aileron trims are all and rudder trim is on 0. Flight config alert is checked and nothing sounded. This is gonna continue to go up, so I'll just switch it off because I'm afraid it's gonna break the airplane. Nav radius and transponder is all set. Transponder can actually go to TARA right now. Briefing revision takeoff, so straight ahead. Climbing flight level 140. To MREG, that's, yeah. Ignition, I'm gonna set to continuous here. Cabin is secure now. For the cabin, we can set this.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
There's Alpha 10. Just check there's nobody around. Auckland traffic here, New Zealand 311 lining up, runway 05 right for departure via Paulus 3 Quebec. Auckland traffic. Okay, we are on the runway, and so strobe lights are on. Clear on the right, clear on the left. Stop here, nice line up there. AC pump is on. Radar off. Landing lights, strobes. Is set. Flight controls checked. MWS heading runway compass. All checked. We are all ready, so guys, let's go. Take off, OK's in chat. Let's have some fun. Spool it up to about 55. Or about, yeah, I think it was 55 that they said. 55 is stable.
TMS set to take off.
And now we're gonna advance the throttle until this one goes. The blue arrows go away. And brakes released.
Power set, flex achieved.
Checked.
Speed alive, both sides.
Checked.
80 knots, cross-checked.
Check.
V1. Rotate. V2.
There's positive climb. Gear up. Pitch initially for 10 degrees. V2 plus 10. Oh yes, hold. Whee! Not bad. Auckland traffic, Air New Zealand 311 airport passing 1,000 feet, departing 12 miles straight ahead. Alright, we're past 1,000. Drop the nose. Sink the pitch. Like that. I'm gonna go autopilot on. Running lights off. Speed check, flaps up. And now to 210. IES. Hold. I'm gonna keep climbing and throttle sync for 88. And let me see, 86, it's showing me 770, 780, let's do target. Climbing away. Quite a bit of wind coming from the left. Emissions can go off. Other than that, everything looks good. After takeoff, it's all set. Reduced to 88. We are 84 now, so more than good. Actually, could go slightly higher. I'm careful with this because there is like one speed that they say, but it actually depends on the conditions. So for now, it would be 110. I can now set torrent, and that's it. Altitude armed, that's important. And let's just do vertical speed, drop the nose down a tiny bit, accelerate to 250. Not too much. After takeoff, gear up, no lights, flaps are retracted, TMS set, engine air on, APU air off. It is. Packs are on, pressurization checked and working. Wonderful. Here's the turn, so we're passing MRAG. And yeah, 13,000. Going out to Polis. Sync the heading. We are above 5,000 as required and below 250. Approaching 240 now. Yeah, see, that's something changed in the air. And because of that, our N1 changed as well. So let's go back to 88 like that. 250, IES hold. Wonderful. So after takeoff checklist is complete. Sounds good. JustFlight number 7. Why do I feel like things are only getting worse? What do you mean? Golden Age, you're back. What did you miss? You just missed me doing helicopter turns on the ground. But other than that, nothing. Niels Christensen, almost on time. Oh, did you see the departure? Did you catch the departure? That was pretty fun. Alright, so now I'm adjusting the thrust with my throttle, and it is syncing to the first stick of the throttle, or the first throttle lever, and it's syncing the N1. So whatever first N1 is going to sync the other ones as well. It's not an auto throttle, but it does make your life a lot easier. Ms. Christensen, I got on board as you were about to line up. Oh, then It's all good. Let me see how's the brake temps now. Okay, looks like it reset. Good. So I guess I can now switch it back to on and just leave it there. 9,000 coming on. Niels Christensen saw the proper thrust procedure from what I know, so that was nice. Cool, thank you so much. Because of better pushback failure on start, Murphy's Law. Oh yeah, well, it's alright. It happens. I mean, it happens. So we are approaching 10,000 feet. I'm gonna go AC pump off, PTU off. That's checked. And lights are gonna go off. And we don't have any wings or logo lights, so other than that, that looks all fantastic. So let's just give it a tiny bit of pitch down. I'll set it back to vertical speed. Drop the nose, just 2 clicks, 2 or 3 clicks. Let it accelerate. Keep the 88 approximately. And keep it going. Now we are 20 miles from Tulmi. Okay. You know what? This airplane is really cool for one thing. It is really interesting to... it's 260, oh yes, hold. It is really interesting to train your situational awareness because you do not have like a map here with your route drawn. And you actually have to really pay attention to what waypoint are you flying to, as well as what is going to be the next turn, how long does it take for you to get to whatever place, and so on and so on and so on. And I think that's actually so nice, because we get so used to just looking at the map and knowing that, yeah, we're going to have to turn right, but what if you actually have to turn right and the airplane turns left for whatever reason? That could absolutely happen, so... Niels Christensen, no power to hydraulics when pushed back. That will destroy some steering on the Avro. What do you mean? It's just because I'm a noob, and please enlighten me. Passing 13,000, so let's set standard on 1, 2, and 3. And that's 1,000 to go. Checked. Brilliant weather today here in New Zealand. And now let's see what cruise power I'll set. I'll let the airplane accelerate a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna pass Tumley. From Tumley, it's a direct to Esker, and that will take us 28 miles. So we'll be very quickly to get back to the descent. All right, the airplane is now accelerating. Just drop the N1 a tiny bit. I usually like, but I mean, from what I tested so far, I try to fly with 500 kilos per hour on each engine, which gives me a quite nice and stable cruise consumption as well as a nice cruise speed. It's really easy to make calculations based by the fact that you are going to spend okay, we just now crossed Tumley, that you're gonna spend 2 tons per hour. So, but because we are quite lower than on my tests, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be burning more than the 2 tons, which is expected. So let's try 6. Let's see if the speed actually maintains. If not, I'll just reduce it to the 500. Anyways. Okay, now I will engage VNAV. I'm gonna get the VNAV indication. And because this is a really short flight, I can close the charts for Auckland. Nothing happened, so I don't see we wouldn't need to be returning. And let's see, our first restriction is 4,000 feet, so I'll go 4,000 feet here. To top of descent, we actually just have 5 miles. So let's go 4,000 feet. Set. Speed is good like that. Pretty nice. And let's see, 3 miles to go. Climb, cruise descent checklist. BTU is gonna go on. Pressurization TMS descent, that will be in a moment. And pressurization, now the airfield elevation is 938, so almost 1,000. Like that. And there it goes. I'll reduce the power. I will reduce the power myself without the descent mode because I want to keep some power and some speed in. This airplane is, well, has a lot of drag because of the 4 engines. And so I'll just keep some speed up. This way we're going to get there faster as well. Niels Chris, Synchronous fire, I think the pressure in the system is distributed differently and this can lead to pressure buildup in the cylinders. Yes, Chris, I think JustFlight random modeled that bit correctly. If hydraulic has power in the real ever, you very much risk damage to the steering system. Pushback could overpower the aircraft system. But I think I disengaged those. Ah, maybe that's what happened there with the better pushback. Maybe. Alright, I can already see we have 2 people waiting for us in Rotorua. QNH is going to be 1023, so let's set that because we just passed transition. 1023, 1023, 1023 set. Radius for approach. Now this is something I wanted to set because I'm not sure if we can do a rain check on this airplane. Let's say it is possible that for whatever reason we get a failure of the GPS, and because of that it is always good to be prepared for a failure. So I'm gonna set the course and the frequency for the VOR approach, so in case we just for whatever reason lose the GPS, I can just press a button, switch to the VOR, and we would be totally ready. So 112.1. That's set. It's identified there. Let's set on the other one as well. 112.1. That's set. Identified as well. It's reading the same. And I think we can actually identify it as well. So let me see. If I press... Yep, that's identified. Beautiful. Okay, we dropped quite a bit of speed there. As you can see, even with a bit of power, it still drops down. So if I put the power to idle, man, it will take forever. Okay, now, minute RAF, flaps 30, 116, sounds good to me. And... now, I don't know why this doesn't work properly, but 116 is here. This one is going to go 116 plus 5 is 121. That's going to be our approach speed. Then I want the, in case of a go-around speed, which is going to be 140 and 210 clean speed. Good. 15 miles, we're flying to Lalan. And that looks good to me. Also approaching 10,000. Shay TP, hey, that long time no see, man. How are you? That's true. I hope it's everything good with you. Have you been flying around and doing funny stuff? I hope so. It'll criticism precisely maybe what happened. Just in crash, I've read a couple of posts where users complained about pushback issues, so it was mentioned about hydraulic systems. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I'm gonna try it in Rotorua. I'll just see if it turns the airplane or not. Back in today, I hoped that both the RGX Dornier would make it. In the end, neither did. Modernized 146 with updated avionics and 2 engines. Oh, that probably is quite of an interesting airplane. There's 10,000 feet, landing lights are on. And AC pump on. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I'm not going to switch on the APU. We don't need that. Synchronous 97 average is sometimes not so easy, sometimes better pushback works on my plane, sometimes not. Interesting. Okay, minimus 2240. 2240, that's roughly 1,000. So that's what we're going to be looking for. That's roughly 1,000 feet above terrain. So far, so good. We are approaching Lalan. 4 miles to go. Outside view. Oh man, this, I like how it looks. It looks really cool. And I like the wing view as well. I just think this is such an impressive wing view. We do have some low clouds occasionally. Let's see if that doesn't bother us too much. Okay, left hand turn from Lalan to Oraka, that's correct. Via the charts. I'll put the glide slope on here. Little 7.4, that's true, it actually looks like a little 7.4. That is true. And also, I forgot to check the minimus for the VOR. They are exactly the same, 2240. So in case we lose the GPS before the minimus, I just switch to the VOR. It is absolutely the same. And we just continue. And if we are below the minimus, that means we can actually see the runway. That's no problem for us. Niels, even at full price, it's well worth the price. I forgot to apply for the rebate. Oh. Well, I was telling that to the people as well during the start of the stream, that for the price that we have, there's a lot of airplane here, and that's really cool. I mean, at least I really enjoy that. Okay, we are a little bit fast. From Oraka, we have like 5 miles to Tatra, and that's where we kind of want to start slowing down. Just in my opinion, as an X-Plane 11 user on an HD 620, the cockpit texture looked great to me. No, I mean, the cockpit textures are not the biggest deal to me. I think the worst part in this airplane is the sounds and the EFB. I mean, the EFB could be better. Alright, approach checklist, altimeter set, lights, fast seatbelt signs, APU, no required brake fans, auto, fuel panel set, cabin. Cabin will be notified and decision altitude is set.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
That's done. Next is the landing checklist. It is a little bit long. Bit of a left turn to Oraka, correct. Got 5 miles now. I'm going to start to pull down on the power. We're just going to engage descent mode, so it will maintain 60% N1, so we get enough hydraulics. Synchronous flight notice on. I want the Microsoft Flight Sim EFB. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. Checked. That's 1,000 to level. Igaba is gonna be 3.4. Yeah, see, if I put the power to idle, it just starts slowing down quite significantly. So I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. Now turning to Tatra. Yeah, visibility is not the best actually. Let's see how it goes for the runway. Heading sync. In case we got most missed, we just turn left direct to Kerry and climb to 4,000.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
Checked.
Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
Stand by with the gear. Sync mode on. There's 4,000 as we passed Lottery, a little bit of an overshoot, probably because of the speed, but we are looking good. Now I don't want to slow down too much. Let's try to maintain 180 here. There is the lake. JTB, yeah, everything is fine. Next month looks like I'll be able to join flying again. I got a part-time job, so some money is coming in. Oh, congratulations. That's very good. That's wonderful, man. Congratulations. Yeah, I was feeling like we were going not according to plan. Let's do 2-3.
Speed checked below
Gear down.
180. Select flaps 24.
Checked. Flaps 24 is set. Lights are on. Let's get GP started.
Radio 555. Thank you.
1,000 to minimus. Let's go flaps 30 in a moment.
Speed check below 145. Select flap 33.
Roger, flaps full. Oh boy, do I see the runway? I don't see the runway. That's the problem. Can you guys see the runway? I don't see the runway. Oh no. Nope. I don't see the runway.
Autopilot disconnected.
Autopilot off. We are approaching the Minimus. Minimus was 2240, so I could just go slightly bit lower than that. Another than that. No. Okay. It's a go around. Let's go around flaps. Very interesting. Let's get 88 climb power. Climb power set. Flaps 18. Set 4,000. IS modes. Autopilot on. Checked. I'll disconnect the APU, don't need that for now. Well. Yeah, man, I didn't see the runway there. I didn't see the runway there. Let's go pitch down, vertical speed. Let the airplane accelerate. Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 311, going around. Just lining up with the natural track. I forgot to arm vertical the altitude. Oof.
VFTO, safe height speed, select flaps up.
Flaps up. Runway lights off. Recover the altitude. Oh man, this is pure fog. That's the runway. Ah, this is the runway. Well, what can I say? This was totally unplanned. After takeoff checklist, let's see. Go back to after takeoff. Gear is up, flaps up, TMS set to sync. Engine air is on, APU off, packs on, pressurization is fine now. Okay. So I feel like the airplane is doing something which it really shouldn't be doing. It's just flying to Akiri and we should be holding there, but I'm not so sure. Let's see for the VOR, go around. Okiri is 006. Can I go 006? Yeah, we are not there. Let's go heading mode. VOR. Actually not that far. And Okiri is at 12 DME. So let's do Warlock to 50 knots, reduce the power, and okay, our diversion fuel was 2 tons. Okay, we right now have about 2.8 tons of fuel on board. So guys, we have to take a decision. I'm gonna fly really slow and try to spend as little fuel as I can. So we have to make a decision here. Rotorua, unfortunately, is completely covered.
And Rotorua traffic, Answer 101, taking off 36 after takeoff, joining right 10 downwind, runway 36, Answer 101.
That's your Golden Age, right? Yeah, that's Golden Age. The BAE 146 displayed as a C1. 30. Okay. So guys, we can try and do the other approach in order to land there. That's going to be basically the only way we can approach lower. Is if we do the RNP Yankee for a lower approach. So what I'll do is I'll initiate the hold. I'll open 30 degrees. Okimi at 4, so 17, 12, let's go. Heading mode on. Almost at 12. It still looks to me like it's a little bit off. Okay. Let's do 30 degrees to the left. Wait until 17 at 4. And that's gonna be it. And while it does that, I'm gonna go here to the box, set arrival. And let's assume we actually get the authorization to do the RNAV Yankee. Because RNAV Yankee is 300 feet. Or I'm not so sure it's possible on this airplane. Probably not, to be honest.
And Rotorua traffic, Answer 101 in the downwind for touch and go runway 36. Rotorua traffic.
Okay, he's gonna be doing touch and goes. 1, 2, 3. I opened too much there. Should be like that. And the inbound hold is on 186. So, do we divert or do we continue? and try it. Because diversion is basically returning to Auckland. So what do you say, guys?
And Rotorua traffic, answer 101, making a touch and go, runway 26, Rotorua traffic.
Let's do now right-hand turn. There's 17 miles. Join holding. JTP emergency landing on water. No. No. I'm not gonna take that. Power is good. Because it looks like it's getting worse, to be fair.
And Rotorua traffic, answer 101, now joining the left-hand traffic, head down runway 36, Rotorua traffic.
There's no visibility for doing traffic patterns there. So wind is coming as well from the right now, before lock engaged. And I can just scroll the heading through. Okay, one more try. I think we can do one more try. Let's say we get the approval to make the approach. So RNP Yankee. No, not the 16. For the
And 101 and downwind 36 for touch and go. Correction and 101 for a steep approach, runway 36.
let's do Esker execute, and now I'm just gonna assume that the ATC gives me a direct to Oraka. So init ref 15, 14, so let's say it gives me a heading now, heading of whatever right heading it is. 220. And let's fly direct to Oraka. Execute, back to GPS mode. LNAV. Now we actually are on the perfect track. Good. 4,000 feet it is. So speed is going to be the same, 116. Minimas now are lower. So let's do 1240. 1240, light slope on.
And answer 101 joining in the left traffic circle, runway 36.
I'll go VNAV, 4,000 set.
Rotorua traffic.
23 miles to go there, sounds good to me. Skip the speed, keep the slow fuel consumption. We have about 400 kilos to play with. That's like 400 kilos, that's like less than 15 minutes, so that's one attempt. If we burn this attempt, we are flying straight back to Auckland and from Auckland to Wellington. Okay. Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 311 is proceeding direct to Oraka from the north for an RNP Yankee approach for runway 36, Rotorua traffic. Alright, let's see. Man, it really got worse. It really did got worse. 1013 set. On the QNH, let's go for the approach checklist to make sure that everything is good. Altimeter set, lights and notices set, fast seatbelt sign is on, AP not required, brake fans on auto, fuel panel.
And Rotorua traffic and 101
cabin.
again in downwind for another touch and go, runway 36, Rotorua traffic.
Ceasefire landing doesn't work now, okay. Notified, read, red altitude. Well, gonna do manually here on 1240, not use the red altitude. Here's the lake. .15 miles to go. Let me see, can I get a page with GPS precision? No cross-track here. Oh, yeah, here, 0.1. Let's see. 0.1, we have 0.1 accuracy. Minimum 0.1 or 0.11, so we can actually comply. Good. Okay, I'll leave it there, and there are 12 miles to go. Explained weather has been actually pretty dynamic lately. I like it.
And Rotorua traffic, and 101 joining in the left traffic pattern, runway 36, Rotorua traffic.
Outside view. Man, look at that. This is a joke. Look, the bloody fog starts exactly where the runway should be. Look, that's the runway. Wait, there is literally the runway. Let's talk about Murphy's Law. Okay, 7 miles to go. Speed is a little bit fast here. Alright, in case I go missed, I fly to the hold and then we're just gonna proceed to Auckland. Just open the route for the alternate already, just in case. JGP, I'm gonna try to run X-Plane on my MacBook. Maybe I will not need to buy a whole PC for simming. Yeah, try it. Why not? Why not? And that's why you usually bring extra fuel, because right now we have like about 300 kilos left.
And Rotorua traffic and 101 joining in for another low approach, runway 36, Rotorua traffic. Two miles for the turn. Then we got a 5 miles to Tatra, next 200 knots there. There we go, inbound, sync the heading. Yeah, I'm gonna land without the APO, we're not gonna burn any fuel on that. Yes, 200 knots. And I will set the minima, which is gonna be 1,300 on the autopilot. Sometimes the autopilot tends to overshoot, which I'm not really a fan, but I can take it. And Rotorua traffic and 101 joining in again for the left-hand traffic pattern. Runway 36, Rotorua traffic.
Ah, there's a lot of wind as it looks like. Yeah, look at that crab angle.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
Checked.
Speed checked below 205. Select gear down.
Stand by with the gear. Rotorua traffic here, New Zealand 311, passing Tatra on the RNP Yankee for runway 36, 12 miles out.
Okay, roger that, and 101 circling on the right.
Okay, let's go gear down.
Speed checked below 180. Select flaps 34.
Lights are on, that's on. This is fun. This is actually great fun. Oh, I can see the runway now. I can see the runway unless the fog...
Speed check below 145. Select flap 33.
Starting now. I think that was too early. Check, it's gonna go away in a bit. Should have waited. There's a lot of turbulence here. And yeah, we were right above 2000, so if this doesn't go right, go around, divert to Auckland, that's gonna be it. Let's go flaps full. I think I'm not forgetting anything. No, I'm not. Landing checklist. IC pump is on. Gear down 3 green brakes. Yellow.
101
Checked.
extending
Lights
downwind
check.
for runway
Flaps
36,
set. Cabin call check. Ice protection not required. Air not required. Engineer packs on. TMS. I'm gonna disconnect that. Actually, I'll leave that on until we land. Almost on the speed. That's about 2,000 feet above ground. There's the run. I can see the runway now, but we're gonna get into those clouds there. Let's sync the heading just because of the crab angle. There's a lot of wind coming from the left there. 19 knots. It's pretty windy, man, for this fog. With 90 knots of wind. We're just low seeing. Oh, look, look, look! That's Golden Age. Awesome. That was pretty cool. That looked very realistic.
And then the 101 traffic is inside lineup for a touch and go behind landing traffic. And the 101.
Stabilized. That's 1,000 to minimus. Alright, you know what? Autopilot off.
Due to a need of backtrack, we will circle.
Let's keep it out of the clouds. I can see the runway, yet. We are nice and stable. We can just proceed visually. We passed the minimus, basically, that we had just some moments before. So, allow me to just continue manually. I can see the runway. Go around altitude set, 4,000 feet. Rotorua traffic here, New Zealand 311 short final, runway 36. And we can just maneuver ourselves visually with a lot more ease. We switch to VOR just in case. I can still see the runway. If you don't trust me, I'm not lying, but I can see the runway. At 200 feet, I need to deploy the air brake as well. Oh boy, this is actually marginal weather, but good thing we tried. We actually would manage to land even with the other approach as well. It's like we just got unlucky on the first one. Check. I see 2 whites, 2 reds. Beautiful. Now 3 reds.
300.
Air brake on. Keep the speed.
200.
A bit low, correcting.
One hundred. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ground idle. Yellow and green spoilers.
Speed brakes up.
Brake pressure seen. $80 knots.
Okay. That was
60 knots.
that was intense, to be honest. TMS off. Ooh, look at that. Just above 1,000 on each tank. Speed brakes out. Starting the APU. Taxi lights on. Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 311 backtracking, runway 18. Will advise when vacating. Holy cow, that was intense, I must admit. Look at that weather. Wow. Alright, flaps up. Temperature's looking good. Ooh. APU air on. Engine air off. Back to off. And APU gen is on. Good. That was really close. Bellowell. Yeah, you just got there in time. Nice typo in the flaps. Not my checklist, but pretty good. Otherwise, if you're not very familiar with the airplane, it really helps you out. Transponder to transponder. Reset the trim. And switch this off. We don't need that. After landing, air brake spotters in, landing lights, off, strobe lights. They'll be off in a moment. Oh, look at that! There, there is Golden Age scaring us. That looks actually a little bit scary. There's an A321 here. I'm not sure A321s can actually land here, but I mean, maybe yes. It's a pretty long runway, so. Alright, let's vacate the runway. Strobes are going to come off. And I'm going to take position 1. Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 311, runway vacated.
Roger that, and 101, turning in for a full stop landing, runway 36, Rotorua traffic.
I'm trying to do a good job parking here. That's pretty okay. That was actually pretty okay. Look at this. Oh yeah. Alright, parking brake is set. Lights are off. APU is available. We've got APU air, APU... Stuff is on, let's just continue. Logo lights not required, taxi lights off now, chronometer... set TMS off, radar off. Transponder... that'll be in a moment. NTI is off, conditioning gens on, engines shut down. Okay, we need to switch off this.
correction, answer
Switch
101.
off this.
Yeah.
Let's just switch on.
We reconnect.
Fasten seatbelt sign is off. And beacon light off. Pressurization. Can just... Ah, no, wait, that's ditching. That's the other way around. Yeah, I know. Fuel pumps can go to off. And that's it. Alright. Holy cow. Let's open the door. Set the shocks just in case, even though we do have brakes. Stairs open, cargo open. Look at the fuel, guys. We've got about 100 kilos on board. That was close. That was actually close. Golden Age just had an all engine failure while doing a go-around. Oh, I guess you just pulled too much on the power. You oversped the engines. Pretty sure. Woo. Bellowell, runway appeared for the stream at 200. Really? Dude, I was not joking. I was seeing the runway the whole time. Holy cow. Do you want to see the replay? I can show the replay of the landing. Let's see, how much time do we have? Yeah, okay, let's do a quick replay. Why not? And then we're just gonna go do a quick preparation for the final flight to Wellington. I think Wellington is slightly better in terms of weather, which is good. So let's see, I'm gonna keep the... Guys, I was not joking, I was seeing the runway. I saw the runway. Alright, I'll start from back there. I felt like I was a bit low on the approach. I started nice, but then I got a little bit low at the very end. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. Can you see the airplane? Whew. Golden Age, you're gonna do more traffic patterns while I prepare. Okay, thank you. Alright, same brief. We do have fuel in Rotorua, so we can just refuel here without any problem, which is wonderful. Same brief, I'm going to use the current time. Flight number 312 to Wellington. And you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of extra fuel on this one. Like at least 400. I'll do weather fuel 400. And let's generate the flight. Ah, that was good. That was very nice. I'm happy with that one. Also, you know what I'm curious about? I want to see how does the go-around looked from the passenger vision. I want to see the go-around. Wait. I saw the lake. Let me see.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
4,000.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
No, this
Don't
is
sink.
this
Don't
is us
sink.
on the hold.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay, this
Don't
was the
sink.
go around.
Don't sink. Don't.
All right, I'll leave it there, and we'll see how the go around did look. I mean,
Don't sink.
it even replays
Don't
the
sink.
clouds.
Don't
You cannot
sink.
see anything here. Okay, I just need to SID. fly to there. I don't need that. And then it's gonna be the normal thing, so oh, nice, we got turbulence. The SIGMAT for turbulence. Severe turbulence from surface to flight level 100 all the way until Wellington. Totally fine. Okay, yeah, that's the guy around. What's going on with the textures? I feel like my GPU just said nope. Yeah, that's the guy around there. But like we added power and we were just cleaning up the airplane without actually climbing. Alright. Set the final landing here from the passenger view. Well, just some final preparations here. Like submit the flight plan, right? Submitting the flight plan is always good.
Don't sink.
Wait.
Don't sink.
See the replay?
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I don't see the runway
sink.
here. Never mind. On the replay, I thought I'd be able to see the runway on the replay, and now I'm going to open the other charts for Wellington. So, star. We'll be going for running 34. Guess not good. From what waypoint? Zogad.
1,000.
There we go. Found it.
1,000.
Initial approach chart and get the ILS probably. Do we have an ILS? No, we don't have an ILS. RIP. We have an RNAV for running 34, and that's what I'll use. RNAV for 34, and then ground movements. Got it. Okay, I've got everything. Oh, this screenshot looks cool. That's done, that's done, that's done. Got everything. So I'm just assuming we actually are, like, deboarding and boarding passengers now, so we're actually doing stuff. Gonna be climbing at flight level 300 on this one.
500.
Which is actually good.
400.
It was definitely a bit low
300.
on this last page, last stage. Oh, that was the air brake
200.
opening. And it is fast. If you think about it, it
100.
is really fast. Yay. Alright, very good. Let's put you on this part. Quit the replay. Should be exactly the same. Let's just confirm that everything is on the right place. It is. Stairs were on the outside. And let's go. Route. November Zulu Whiskey Lima. We are November Zulu Alpha 312. And let's go ATC for director. Done. Done. Good. Wait, Golden Age, don't forget VATSIM. Thank you very much. That's done. Now, fuel. Fuel 5 on board, so 2.5 on each side. Like that. Like that. Perfect. Refueling is complete. Pumps are on. Seatbelt sign is on. Now, regarding our gross weight, we are expecting a 37.4, so actually one thing that I forgot to do was to check the CG. Yeah, see? The CG is all over the place. Not cool. Let's do less passengers. 37.4. I'll do this one. Just confirm it. Yeah, alright. That's done as well. Okay, departure, runways 36. We will be departing via Nicord 3 Romeo to Falls. Execute route. No, wait, sorry. It gives me Dulce 3 Romeo, but Dulce 3 Romeo. To what point? Ah, found it. Sudan, okay. Execute route, next page. Let's go Yankee 640. Shoot. Then to Yankee 78 to Rotorua. Then to Hotel 364 to Papa Mike to Victor 242 to Dogad. A mess on the back there. Damn. And arrival. Arrival is gonna be... Oh, it's Whiskey November. I hope that doesn't delete the route. No, it didn't. Good. Okay. I still have the ILS here, but I guess it's defunct or something because there is no ILS. Oh no, never mind. There is an ILS. There is an ILS, but I'll go for the RNAV anyways. RNAV Zulu and Dogad or Alpha, RNAV Zulu via not via Atsum, that's not for sure. This is a little bit bugged still. RNF Zulu. Like now it does. Oh wait, Dogat. Yeah. Let's confirm that it is actually showing me the right stuff. So it starts at Dogat. Dogat, Whiskey November 406. Let it. I don't have a route. I don't have this waypoint, I have another one. But okay, Turak, Rongo, Omega. From Omega, we go to Bhutan. Should have gone there. Something wrong here. Let me just load any other approach so it just clears out. Alright, I'll figure it out on the flight. I don't need it now. Flight level is going to be 300. It's not going to allow me to put that there, but we're going to burn enough fuel for it to clear out. Our reserve fuel is going to be 2.3. Cost index 5. Takeoff. Flaps 18 is fine. 24, 26, 32. We're not gonna do a thrust reduction here, so let's set the outside air temperature, which is like 12 degrees. 93.7, that's gonna be... no,
traffic near 0.1212, engines on step number 4.
Initial climb is gonna be 10.
And Rotorua traffic, enter
That's
101
set.
and downwind, another touchdown
That's
runway
set.
36.
Alright. Power the hydraulics, start closing stuff. APU air, that's all in, that's all in. Close the door. Pressure pump off. Okay guys, quick departure briefing. Sydney, Hawker, you've disappeared from VATSIM. No, I'm fine. I was before with the replay. So, alright, speeds are set. 210 please here, and let's do a quick departure briefing just so we are on the same page. I'm not even gonna call the thing. We're just gonna go, okay? So we are in Rotorua. We're gonna fly Air New Zealand 312.
And 101 cancelled.
Depart straight ahead to Newark at or below 4,000. So that's the first restriction. But I'm not gonna comply because we have no other traffic and no control. So I'm just gonna climb. Continue climbing initially to 10,000, and right hand turn to Dalso, max to 10, which is the maximum speed I'll maintain. Nome 2, and then we fly to Sudan. From there, we're gonna be flying from Sudan to Shoot, which is here, then to Tarua, then to Papa Mike, Dogat, sorry, and from Dogat we'll do this arrival here at above 10,000 here, let it, Wirap, Turak, Rongo, Omega. From Omega I'll join inbound for the RNF Zulu runway 34. I'll still want to see all these waypoints like Bhutan, Whiskey November 402. I mean, Whiskey November 402 was there, but not Bhutan. We'll see the minimas and all that stuff later on, but so far for departure it's going to be it. Go full power, flaps 18, runways dry. Other than that, no limitations. Standard emergencies. If something goes wrong, we'll just fly to Auckland because we have plenty of fuel, and we can fly with 3 engines. So that's approved. That's your briefing complete. Let's continue for the checklist. Before start checklist, safety exteriors checks, complete brakes. We have yellow. Set temperatures looking normal. Thrust levers, fuel is off. Hydraulics are all off.
And enter 101
Fuel panel is checked. Pressurization going to be flying to flight level 300.
Rotorua traffic.
So let's set that to 300. Set. Oh yeah. Backs and air should go off, and the beacon light should come on, like that. Ice detect is on, light and note is set, air conditioning off, fast seatbelt on, flight deck door closed. Fuel meters, they should be reset. That's done. Fuel contents
And
checked.
enter 101, go
We
around.
have 5 tons on board. Oh, Golden Age is going around there. Can we see him? No. Oh, yes, we can. Whoa, that was nice. Alright. Check, never set. Altimeters check, that's reset. Wait. It's looking good. Alright, TMS power set, speed set, text sticker completed. Okay, now APU gen is on, beacon on, packs off, engine NTI is on. I keep forgetting this one. Fuel pumps on, start power is normal, and we can get it. Alright, we're gonna start 3, 4, 2, 1. You ready? Let's go. 3, start. There it goes. And 2 and N1 on the rise. It's 20. Introduce the fuel. I'll try to be as quick as possible. Starter has cut off. Wait for the engine to be stabilized. I'll go start number 4 already. There's N2 and N1. 20. Wonderful, let's go for number 2.
And enter 101, joining in for base and final runway 36.
It's 20. Start 1. And 2. And 1. Introduce the fuel. Looking good. Let's maintain APU air on this one. Packs on. That's gonna be on. This is gonna go off. It's gonna go off and off. That's all set. That's all set. Hydraulics pumps on. AC and PTO on. All looking good. Flaps 18. Trim is on the green. Speeds are checked. Target speed set. Flight controls are looking nice. Oh, actually, we do have here. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. I didn't understand what the hell did he say. Oh, okay, he's gonna pass the traffic. Lights are on. Oh, look at this. Screenshot. This is actually a cool picture with the Air New Zealand there. Alright, start is done. After start power normal, start selected starter, master off. Anti-ice is off, generator 1 and 2 is on. We actually, I keep forgetting this, but we can actually verify the volts, and the volts are on the green. Fantastic. I'll leave this on TR right.
And enter 101, backtracking, 36.
Got to switch off the brake fans. RIP. Hydraulic pumps are on, protection heaters are on, APU impacts on, engineer is off, TMS is on. Doors are closed, ground equipment removed, transponder, transponding, taxi light is on. Next is before takeoff, so let's go. Brakes are released. Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 312 taxiing behind the 320 Air New Zealand holding point. Rotorua traffic.
012, I come runway 26.
Oh boy, it's getting busy. Let me get out of here quickly.
And Rotorua traffic 36 is vacated, ANZA 101.
Alright, cleared air. The brakes were checked. Let me see if the other pump works. And works just fine. Back to the yellow. Okay, flight directors are on. I'm going to engage LNAV.
And ANZA
Arm.
101 taxiing to holding point, runway 25 right, behind traffic, ANZA 101.
And we can just stop here. Brakes are set. Lights off. This is really cool. Man, I wish this airplane would be as an Avro as well. Or BAE. Avros are more modern. Oh, what? Why do we have the... I guess I pressed it by mistake. I left the tail open. Set target to 790. That airplane just changed livery? Or is it just me? Yeah, something will happen there with the airplane. I'll reconnect on that sim so we can see him nicely. Maybe like a model broke or something. Or maybe GPU cache. Oh yeah, that's better.
021 George, take off for runway 36.
Let's go. Nice departure. Have a nice flight. I'm gonna try to take a screenshot of both of us. And the 321. There he goes. Oh, no! Rotorua traffic, Air New Zealand 312, backtracking runway 36. What happened there? Okay. Alright, strobe lights on. Taxi lights on. Transponder TARA. We are clear on the left. We are clear on the right, as it looks. Golden Age made a pick of both of us to BAE 146. Do you have like the model as a BAE 146? Because I can see you as a C130, and that's a little bit annoying. Okay, let's see. Before takeoff, brakes check, flaps set 18. TMS target bugs are set. Flight instruments checked. Flight director set. Trim takeoff aileron streams is 0, so all that's set. Config checked. No alert. Navigator is A doesn't respond or TARA. Briefing revision takeoff straight ahead. Climbing 10,000 initially. Till the first turn. To also. Continuous ignition, yep. A and B set. Cabin is gonna be secured. Radar is not required. AC pump is on. And at the line, we're gonna get the lights in a bit. Alright, stop here. Lights on. Rotorua traffic. Air New Zealand 312 is gonna depart runway 36 Rotorua. You guys are ready? Let's go. AC pumps, landing lights, strobe, taxi, flight controls checked. That's checked. Just pull them up. There is 55, they are stable.
TMS sets takeoff.
Let's advance. And lights out, brakes released.
Power set, N1 achieved.
Checked. Your speed is alive.
Speed alive, both sides.
Checked.
80 knots, cross-checked.
And Rotorua traffic and 101 after departing traffic line up.
There's 10 degrees, positive climb. Gear up. Oh yes, hold. Into the soup. Let's go out of pilot on. Past 10,000 feet, vertical speed, dropping pitch a little bit. And let's go 790, target. Target 780. Drop the nose, flaps traction. Let's do sync.
Traffic and 101 runway 36.
There's 80 feet. Approximately. I'm trying to engage pitch mode on the autopilot, but it doesn't work. Oh no, wait, it does. Wait, if I do like that, then I do this, and then I do this. Like that, there we go. Pitch mode, 5 degrees, so it accelerates. Beautiful view on the outside, by the way. Your speed, flaps up. Let's go. Engine bleeds on. Ignition off. And APU off. Wonderful. There's the first turn. Did it go VNAV? Why did it go VNAV? Alright, put this mirror axle rating. Power is good. Interesting, I didn't understand why it didn't go VNAV there. Let's see, will it pitch up now? Because the limitation is 210. No, it won't. Okay, I'll do it myself. IES hold. Another thing that really bothers me is you can't select past the whatever altitude it is, assuming as your maximum on the VNAV, and that's a little bit annoying. Max says 300 here. Oh yeah, never mind, the cruise one. So now it will allow me to set 300. Very good. 88 is set. All good. After takeoff, gear is up, no lights. Flaps are up. TMS sync on 88 roughly. Engine air is on. APU air is off. Packs are on. Pressurization. We are getting there. My throttle is not very nice, so it is a really hard time to set an exact thrust rating, but okay. Okay, we're now flying to Numto, and the airplane did a big overshoot, so I'll just redirect him again to make its life a little bit easier. And we are also approaching 10,000 feet. feet, lights are off, PTU AC pump off, and I feel like I could switch the fastest seatbelt sign off as well, but I'll wait. I will wait. Outside view, guys. Rotorua is somewhere here. Really hidden. Ooh. Golden Age, I have it and I can see you as a BA-146. Haha, you know what might be the problem? I know what might be the problem. I think the problem is I'm running a pack of models for X-Pilot that does not have it, but I do have another one, and there might be a BAE-146 there, so let me check. Where is this? Explain stuff, Bluebell, jets. Yeah, man, that's the problem. Annoying. Well, never mind. I'll just do this. And copy it. No, wait. Jets. I'll do these two. Past 13,000 feet, so let's go transition altitude. 1013 set on 1, 2, and 3 sides. Let's go like this now. Drop the nose. And engage pitch mode. So it will accelerate slowly. and we will be able to get to 250 knots climbing. Yeah, that's literally my problem. So let me paste this here. Done. And now I think I should be able to see you. Golden Edge, and I have the old CSLs from my Veo. I don't know, man. Almost at 250. Yeah, the sounds are definitely lacking. There's the 50 IES back, and we are flying to Sudan. So the final point of the departure, we have 10 miles to go to it. Then I can look into the sky vector stuff. Very good. Man, what a surprise today. I honestly, when I was taking the pictures in New Zealand for today's stream, it was looking so much better. '88. Best plus 10,000, so we can do 89. Very, very nice. Outside view, careful. It does look lovely. Sounds need work though. But it's a lot of airplane for 35 euros. Once we pass these clouds, I'll turn the seatbelt sign off. Okay, adjusting our turn there. Turbulence goes from surface to flight level 100. Alright. Also, the Mach number appears on the same instrument, and what I noticed is if you start climbing or you switch over to Mach number, because you have indicated airspeed hold and you have Mach number hold for the climb, on the climb, once Mach 0.6 is the same as 250 knots, it's usually a good time to switch over on this airplane. At least I found that one. Kind of works nicely. So let's see. There's the Golden Age and there's the Airbus. Man, the Airbus is so much faster. Look at that. So much faster than us. Okay, pressurization is working perfectly. All the rest is good. Golden Age, you're coming. Yeah, man, you are going pretty fast as well. Does this chrono work? Let me see. Nope. Nope. What if I click here? Okay, now the timer works. Interesting. Alright. What's the outside temperature? -10. We are getting to the east clouds. I don't like that. Let's go engine anti-ice on. And let's do wing anti-ice as well. Ah, looks like we did lose some performance when climbing. Look at this. Wait, let me disengage that and see it again. Does it improve now? Maybe that was just the wind? No, I think that was actually the performance. Interesting. Yay, more turbulent, and we just now flying to the next point, which is Rotorua. At least we don't have a tailwind, which is good. Of course, in the clouds, my computer just decides to say nope. And it's the 19.9 FPS, of course. Yeah, rip FPS. There you go. First decent use of that emoji. I feel like I can just squeeze just a tad more power out of these engines, so I'll do that. Let's get out of here quicker. I think we were getting ice because the airplane was starting to stop climbing. Like, it became to have a hard time climbing. So I feel like probably that was a little bit of ice. And away we go. Or maybe that was just turbulence, not so sure. Anyway, we got clear of that, -20, it's getting cold outside. And we're almost on the 0.6 to 50. So almost time to switch over. Outside view. I also like the way when the light reflects from the clouds. Oh boy, it's loud. When the light reflects from the clouds and hits the airplane from below, so it becomes all bright. That's a really cool view. And this one is a very cool view as well. It's a bit dark in the clouds there, but they know they are fixing it, so it's a matter of time when we'll get those clouds fixed. Yeah, basically is the same. I'll just wait a tiny bit more so our indicator actually hits 0.6. $20 miles to Rotorua. Looking good. Let me see if I put this to weather. 50. Add a bit of gain. Yeah, nothing happens. Oh, now it's raining. Beautiful. Raining at 24,000 feet. Of course, happens every day. No, because it's becoming summer in the northern hemisphere. It's now becoming winter in the southern hemisphere. Changing to Mac. And yeah, weather is becoming quite fun here. Melly Joke Sim. Is it a good plane? Yeah, it's pretty good. For the price, pretty good. I suggest you to get it. But it has some drawbacks, so I hope with time those will get fixed. Like, the sounds are very lacking. The tablet is not very good. Some textures could get some work, but honestly that's like the latest of my concerns. To me, the biggest concern is the sounds and the EFB. If the EFB gets fixed with the sounds, it's gonna be an amazing airplane. Because it flies really good, the systems are really nice, and that's it. Golden Age, you should try the Sparky 747 again. There was an enhancement mod released, maybe it really got better. If the enhancement mode was done by another person, the enhancement is just related to 3D stuff and not flying stuff. So essentially nothing changed as far as the airplane flies. So if that's what I'm thinking, nothing changed. Wait, I just noticed. Do I have? No, I don't have. Okay. Out of the clouds. Seatbelt sign off. We finally let the passengers go to the bathroom. And we just got clouds populated now. I was just like, let's see some New Zealand, because so far it's been pretty gloomy today. Golden Age, yep, small fixes, but I know the guys behind the mod. He really is making progress. Thank you, X-Plane, for loading weather and crashing my frame rate. But I know the guys behind the mod, he really is making progress. For example, with the real cargo mod, when you can open the front cargo door and the doors of the plane. Now, you could already open the doors of the plane previously, but I'm mostly interested in seeing how does the airplane fly. Like, is it better? Can the autopilot finally track LNAV like it should? Does vertical speed of your airplane correspond to the vertical speed that you should be having because you selected that on the because you selected that on the autopilot? See, like those kind of stuff. Okay, we're now flying to PT. That's basically direct to Papa Mike. That's one of the waypoints, and I do see it. It's on the airway. So looking good. Optimal is 290. We're going for 300. So far, so good. Almost 1,000 to level. They did something with the weather still with this beta 6, and the frame rate is still not good. And it's always when it loads something, and I think it's related to weather. So I don't see what's the reason. Like, we are at cruise altitude, really far away from any terrain, any airport, any 3D stuff, and the frame rate is like 19 FPS. Why? Golden Age, I mean the big nose cargo door of the plane. Yeah, I know, that's cool, but that's not gonna make me fly that airplane, and that airplane is not good. Like, it is not good. You can take screenshots with it. It looks really nice. It sounds decently. I don't think the textures are that bad. Honestly, people are freaked out about textures. I think the texturing is the least concern of that airplane. I think the biggest concern of that airplane should be like, it's a 747. Like, you should have like at least decent autopilot capabilities for the airplane, because that's how you fly that airplane. Like, it's made for long haul. You will not fly a 747 VFR unless you want to do like an air show. But even on an air show, probably the airplane is on autopilot. So I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm so disappointed with the 747 from Sparky that, and you know what? I tested the latest version. I wrote a full list of things that should be fixed. You know what the developer told me? Yeah, I agree with you. Basically, that's it. I just don't have time to test the airplane. So, I mean, I get it, but it's not good. Like, it's not good. Okay, look, we are reaching Mach 6.5. Look at our fuel flow, just so slightly above 5. So we are now above 6.5. Let's do a power reduction, just so slightly below the 500, like that, just a little bit. Let me see, that's 89.8. And we should not overspeed the airplane with this setting. At least I hope so. Also, because of that, I'm gonna engage VNAV and leave the airplane like that. 16 miles to top of descent, which is really good. And we'll see. Theodore Janik. Hi Vlad, hey man, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you here. I don't think I ever saw you on the chat, but thank you for writing. How do you think, Vlad, is an aircraft BAE 146 worth for buying? So I spoke about this on the beginning of the live stream, and I'm gonna tell it again very quickly. For the price of the airplane, you get a lot of airplane. So if you like the BAE 146, or if you like me, you just want to get a new airplane and you're not so sure you like it, it's worth a try. But it has some drawbacks. But again, like, for the price, it's kind of acceptable, but it has some drawbacks. The main drawback for me is the sound. So, I mean, if you go through like various times of the live stream, you will see that the sounds are lacking. I mean, look, this is the sound on the cruise. There's basically no difference. There's no APU sound on the exterior, like almost at all. I feel like the cockpit is lacking sound as well, like the wind noise. I think the instruments should make more noise. And if you want to see what I mean, just go and look videos of this exact airplane in Microsoft Flight Sim. Like, the sounds are so much different, and they even do like a video starting the APU and so on and so on. There is nothing of that right here, unfortunately. But again, this is like the first version for 35 euros. Yeah, I can take it. The second problem, I'm gonna call it problem. Just a moment. 5 miles to top of descent. Let me just reset this real quick. The second, I'm gonna call it problem, is the fact that oh, there's Bhutan. Now it's here. Sorry, this waypoint was not there. Alright, we got the route in. The second problem with it is the EFB. Again, if you go into Microsoft Flight Sim and you see this page on the EFB, it looks first a lot more high res than this one. If you zoom in real close, I mean, you can see that it looks pretty bad. I can take the pretty bad look of it, no problem. But it's lacking features like the center of gravity, the interaction with the announcements, because in Microsoft Flight Sim, if you do correctly the procedures, and for example you come into the runway and you want to do the seats for takeoff, you can just call cabin crew, and that will work as the button 146 for takeoff, which is really nice. So there is nothing like that, and down we go. And down we go. We need to do a couple of things. First, PTU, landing altitude, which is basically 0. Oh yeah, I forgot to reduce the power. That's my mistake. A little bit of overspeed, no big deal. I guess got distracted. Alright, let me just do the the descent checklist to make sure that I didn't forget anything. PTU is on, position is set, radios are not required, a briefing more or less completed, ice protection not required, landing date of VREF and minimums. So minimums for us is going to be 940. Yeah, I'll go for 940 on the minimus. 920. We're gonna be over the sea, so I can actually scroll here. Oh, come on. You gonna let me scroll? No? No. 920. There. Just a bit more power. Like that. Minimus are set. What else was there? Landing data VREF. Okay, yeah, VREF. Let's go here, here, here. GS on 116. Let's do 116 here. This one will go 121. This one go for the go around altitude, and this one goes for clean speed. Okay. Sorry. Fly first, then do the next one. Let's decrease this to 10,000 and let the airplane go. So yeah, then, like, some people can complain about the texturing of this airplane. To me, it's fine. It is not, like, amazing, but it's perfectly fine, and it kind of looks to be optimized, because every time you get out of the cockpit, it looks like the sim unloads the cockpit and loads everything on the rest, which is good. I mean, it might save some performance. The same goes for the outside. Looks like the external model is not loaded, so that's cool. So yeah, again, I mean, if you really want to fly the BAE-146, it flies nicely. The systems are very good. I mean, the FMC works really nice. The autopilot is really nice, apart from the fact that the heading, to me, is not tracked exactly where it should be. But I mean, to some it is. To me, it's not. So maybe it's just an installation or something, but it's a good plane for 35 euros. It's really nice. Theodore, as I can see, the BAE-146 doesn't have auto throttles. No, it doesn't have auto throttles. What you have though is this little system right here. It's called TMS, and essentially what it does, it allows you to set a very specific set of thrust based on your throttle position. So it's like a semi-automatic throttle. So let's say for the takeoff, for instance, you set a certain N1 power based on temperature, and then you advance your throttles until a certain point where this system kicks in and sets the rest, like the exact value for you on all of the engines. Then you have MCT. MCT, for example, is the maximum continuous thrust. But if you set this one on this airplane, what will happen is you'll have engines that will gonna go bust. So it's not very well done. Target, essentially, it will maintain the target that you set here. Sorry, it's not target, it's turbine gas temperature. This turbine gas temperature, whatever you set here, it's whatever it will set there if you have the throttles close to that value. Descend, it's the only that goes like to idle. I can show you now. See that the power will go to idle and will maintain a minimum of 60% N2. And for example, let's say you want to engage engine NTIs for whatever reason, that value will increase and it will automatically adjust that as well. And then you have like the sync mode, which is what I'm using. It basically syncs either N1 or N2 from the throttle lever 1 or 2. So let's say you are setting exactly 70% or 73% here on the N1 on the first throttle lever. It's gonna set the same power setting on all the others, but you still have to move them, so it's kind of like an assistant. It really helps you out. Tudor, nice aircraft, maybe I will buy it. I need some plane for short haul flight. You'll like it. It has some weird procedures, but I mean that's the engineers job more than the developer of the airplane, JustFlight. I think JustFlight did a good job with this airplane. I just wish they completed the sound and improved the tablet, and I don't mind giving like extra 20 to make it really, really good. It looks like a flying marshrutka. It actually kinda does, you know, now that I'm looking into it and you said that. It actually kinda does. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. But one thing that you will have to do with it, and this is very important. We're now approaching Dodak. You will have to constantly be aware of what you are doing with your airplane, because there is no map here. You cannot check the route simply by looking at the graphical depiction, and that can have some complications for you. You can get lost if you don't pay attention to it. If, for example, the airplane decides to do something funny and you don't catch that, instead of going right, you go left, that could be a potential problem. But I think it's actually good, to be honest. I think it's actually good, so I see no problem there. Okay, let me see. Temperature outside is -10. We're getting into some clouds. Let me put the engine anti-ice on. I've put already the belt sign on. And Wellington. Oh god. Holy crap, guys. I feel like New Zealand today decided to beat the thing out of me. You ready? Look at this. I need a minute of silence for okay. I mean yeah, I'm out of words. I'm out of words. I should have checked this before. How did I miss this? I guess it's gonna be a little bit bumpy on the approach. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. Gusting 43. Let's use the parachutes instead. No, I think the parachutes would be actually worse than that. Holy cow. And probably it will be very turbulent because of all the terrain that's around Wellington. We are landing, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm out of words. Honestly, out of words. Gusting 26, gusting 43 on a plane that I'm not familiar with. I mean, I would be scared doing this on an Airbus even, but on a BAE. Yeah, it's 25 there. It means probably will be gusting. 1014 says X-plane. 1016 says the METAR. Who do I trust? Let's transition. Let's transition level. Okay, let's go 10. 1014. That will give us a like a lower altitude than 16. 1014, like that. Set 1, 2, and 3 times. Alright, P2 is on. Let's see. Approach checklist, altimeter set. Lights for now not required. The rest is gonna be as needed. Okay. Alright. Drag required. I'll just take the power out, man. Let's see where we are. We are inbound to Embrew. I found it. Okay. Yeah, we need to start slowing out. Theodore, I don't care about the missing of nav display. I frequently find 742. It also doesn't have nav display. I'm used to do that. Okay, well then, I think you are more than happy. You will be more than happy flying this airplane. Like, it's gonna be absolutely fine because it's not a complex airplane. I just find sometimes weird the fact that this does have some stuff that comes from like modern airplanes, and then stuff that comes from like old airplanes. So sometimes it's a little bit weird, but I can take that. Tupolev 154 also doesn't have nav display. It's not a big problem, but yeah, missing about of throttles, it's sad. I mean, it has some automation for the throttles. It's just not like 100% auto throttle. There's 250 knots. And I'm gonna go for 8, between 8 and 5.2. I'll go 5.2 here on the selected. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are now approaching Wellington. We are expecting a bit of a turbulent time coming in for the approach, so please please want to say maintain your seatbelt sign fastened and follow cabin crew instructions. Thank you very much for flying with Air New Zealand Regional, and we'll hope to see you one day on board. Thank you very much. Oh god. Max 220 on the indicated airspeed, that's where we are. 220. Let's do 220 here, like that. Synchro Shark number 7, you make the ooh part too fast. Did I do any ooh part? Now. Did I? I feel like it's doing that so we can slow down a bit, but we don't need it. Yeah, funny enough, it says the ILS here 1099, so I'll probably pre-select that as well, 1099. Because I was setting the VOR, but I think at least one ILS would be quite useful. 340. Is set. Because it's funny, but the ILS, it goes from the ARC, or maybe it's a standalone. Maybe it's a standalone. Wait. Initial approach chart, ILS. to Umaga. Do we have that waypoint in? Maybe we can do the ILS. Yeah, we have Umaga. Let's do the ILS then. 1099. Yeah, I'll go that. Alright, Rongo, we passed 10,000 by the way, landing lights are on, and PTU is on, AC pump is on. A bit fast on the speed there. Let's go descent. And like that, we are passing Rongo inbound Umaga. Set 2000. It really dropped the nose real fast now. Temperature low, anti-ice on. Let's see, how are we looking? Wait, am I not on that sim? Oh god, I'm not on that sim. What a dummy. Okay. Wellington traffic, Air New Zealand 312 is inbound Umaga, 1 mile out for the ILS, approach runway 34, Wellington traffic. Okay, that's all done. Let's see what's next. Landing checklist. I feel like we're going a bit fast. For whatever reason, it kind of did a bad job there with the VNAV, and I let myself slide in real bad. Do you hear the wind? Holy crap.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
Check, stand by. And now the final approach fix. Checked. Still heading mode. Switch to the ILS. Yeah, we are a little bit offset.
And 101 doing a hold at Umaga till traffic is landed. 101.
Let's do flaps 18.
Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
Stand by with the gear, sync. 7 miles out.
Localizer armed.
There's 2000.
Localizer captured.
Okay, let's
Isolate
go.
captured.
Good,
Established on the ILS.
good. Missed approach, straight ahead, DME to 3000 feet. Set. Gear down.
Speed checked below 180. Select flaps 24.
Checked, flaps 24. You know what we should
Speed
actually
checked
do
below 170. Select flaps
with this
30.
kind of wind? What is doing the airplane?
Autopilot disconnected.
I don't like what it's doing. We should fly this approach with flaps 24 because of the gusts. So, 1 to 4 speed should be
Extra traffic, New Zealand control.
124 plus 5, 129, 130 roughly. I don't know what the hell the autopilot was doing here, but it was doing something not really good. What did I set the? No, I set the course right. The HSI is all over the
Speed
place.
check below 145. Select flap 33.
Okay, let's slow down. Trim the airplane. I want 129er. Let's do 129er here on the red. We are on the profile, it's looking good, but that HSI is all over the place. That's probably why the airplane was all over the place as well.
1,000.
Stabilized.
Minimums.
Missed approach set. Continue. Oh boy. That was a close save.
Glide slope's alive. 1 dot to go.
Oh yeah, that was almost a go around. Never mind. Okay, you know what? For stabilization purposes, I'm gonna pull the speed brake out now. Nah, that HSI is broken. Something is broken. Fast on the speed, very fast on the speed, actually.
500.
That's crazy, man. That's freaking
400.
crazy. Don't go below. I didn't even do landing. Checklist flaps, gear. Rest is good.
300.
Holy cow. Hydraulics. No.
200.
That was a strong downdraft.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ground idle. Yellow and green spoilers.
Spoilers up.
Brake pressure seen.
Thank you, ex-pilot.
80 knots. 60 knots.
Holy cow, that's a lot of stuff for one guy to do. That's a little bit too much. Oof. Synchronous Flight 97, how was your flight school event? It didn't happen, after all. Didn't happen because well, the school decided not to go. Alpha 3, let's vacate here. Holy hell. Light off. Didn't do the ignition. APU air, APU gen is on. Clear left, clear right. Wellington traffic, Air New Zealand 312, runway 34 vacated.
Roger that, and 101 joining in for the IS, runway 34.
Like, what is this lag?
Running traffic.
Ooh, alright, transponder back to transponding. Strobes off. After landing, brakes, spoilers retracted, flaps up, lights off. Strobe lights off, taxi lights on, logo lights not required, APUs on. Taxi on the chronometer, didn't set that. TMS, no wait, off. The radar is off, transponder is transponding, anti-ice off, ignition off, conditioning. I can disengage one of the packs. Gens are on, engines fine. Holy cow, that was hard. There is something wrong with this. There is something wrong with this heading.
Exit traffic, New Zealand 112, state number 26, party position.
This was hard. And not perfect, to be honest. Whew. Okay, I can now vacate. We're gonna go to one of those hidden stands in the back there for smaller airplanes. Like that. Switches to the GPS so we can have a ground speed reading. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Whew, okay. So let's get a parking position. Let's go there on stand number 9. Got two of those guys waiting for us. That's 1, 2, 3, almost 3 minutes. Taxi lights off. Brake fans off. Ah, tested a bit. The brake is set. Alright, we've got APU, we've got everything. I can shut down the engines. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Seatbelt signs off. Generators off. Pumps off. Engine air off. Beacon light off. And pumps off. That's done. Transponder to standby, yaw damper off. Let's see, shut down. Parking brake is set. By the way, let me just call the chunks. Forward packs, cargo, and stairs. Pressurization is depressurized, hydraulics off, gens off, thrust levers, fuel off, fasten belts off, brake fans off, fuel pumps are off. At least not for the left inner. Heaters off as detect. Oh yeah. That's off. Ice detector off. Beacon off. Air conditioning not required. I mean, I left the pack 1 and APU air on after such an approach, and transponder is standby. Ooh. Alright. Guys. I don't know what went wrong with the directional gyro but something went wrong. Look, we are pointing about 0.95 and it's pointing... Yeah, something is wrong here. Something is wrong with the heading. I'm not so sure what's wrong, but something is wrong there. Anyway, should we watch the replay? Man, that was 40 watt gusts, 40 watt knots gust. Not this, sorry. I want this. Let's watch the replay of the landing. And I'm gonna get some rest. Holy shit. It stopped. No. I hope it doesn't crash. Okay, we're gonna wait. But it was good. It was fun. It was fun. I'm still learning this airplane. Still new to me, but it's a cool little airplane. Airplane going left. Yeah, I see something with the hydraulics there. Yeah, that was fine. That was totally fine. Ooh. That was fun. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. It's time for me to go. We're gonna see you next week. Next week I'll have a very nice, I hope a very nice, very interesting video for you with the BAE 146, but the 200 version. It's a special flight. Some of you already guessed what the flight is. Don't tell anybody. It's gonna be a special. And yes, and from there we're gonna continue with our normal schedule of flying. Fun stuff. Guys, thank you so much again for your support. If you can hit the like button, that really helps to put the channel forward. Until then, I wish you a fantastic week and all of the best. Thank you so much for everything. I love you guys. See you next weekend. Bye bye. And Sig Crashfire 297. This aircraft is one step closer to 742. No, it's not.